I can come out like a Benny.
Oh my God!
I mean, it was taking a while, but I mean, I've been winning some stage, not greatest day, but I'm at least happy for everything that's happening lately. You know, kid coming soon, and yeah, so.
What's the due date?
March 13th.
So now, do you feel like now people are going to know what you can do?
Well, hopefully it go that way. You know, it's been going pretty good. It's been doing pretty good in anywhere we go, and hopefully keep going that way. So.
Talk to me about running him here, running him 2 turns, and what you saw today.
Well, look, he's shown talent from the start. He broke his maiden first time out here at Churchill, going 1 turn. The Ellis Park Juvenile was a good race for him, and maybe a race that seasoned him enough for this one today. And I'm just really proud of the horse, really happy for my owner, Mike McLoughlin. I bought this horse at Keeneland as a yearling last year. For him to pan out and win a big race like this and have us thinking thoughts about the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, we're just very excited.
And you were just telling Joe a moment ago that you kind of lean a little bit toward a little more time, but obviously you have the option of the Breeders' Futurity too if you wanted to use that as a...
Yeah, our horse, Curly Jack, he's borderline right weight, maybe a little bit below the proper weight. We get plenty of time before the Breeders' Cup if we decide to wait. It'd be my recommendation to more than likely wait for the Breeders' Cup as long as my owner's good with it. I can't give enough credit to Edgar Morales. You know, when you watch this race and how it unfolded, there was some adversity for sure. You know, going the first turn, the leader was getting out. Edgar had to fall back. He was behind horse. You couldn't even see him down the backside between horses. He was able to emerge from that, still have some horse. Edgar's such a good jockey at pace, and he was a strong finisher today. And that's what my guy needed.
And then obviously this was the first Breeders' Cup, or excuse me, Road to the Kentucky Derby race in the series. What does it feel like to have a horse that very few people can say I got a 2-turn stakes winner at this point, you know?
Look, I've been doing this a long time. Yeah. It's a long time before the Kentucky Derby. I'm really pleased with the win. We'll see where it takes us from here.
Those silks look familiar. They look like the ones that always appear at the fairgrounds on Mardi Gras Day.
Yeah.
Is it the same?
So it's Mike McLoughlin is a guy that has a home in New Orleans down the French Quarter. He very much supports the New Orleans way of life, which is laid back, have fun, and I know he's having fun right now. He couldn't be here today. He's at the Notre Dame game, so but I know he's enjoying it.
Is he an alum?
He is.
Notre Dame?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd be enjoying this more than that game, baby.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping this kind of gets him perked up a little bit.
Just looking ahead, though, what are the traits in this horse that you like when you're thinking down the road?
Well, look, it goes back to when I bought him as a yearling. Very athletic horse. No one knew what Good Magic was going to be or not be. I'm not afraid to buy a first-year stallion if the horse is athletic enough, and this horse certainly was an athlete as a yearling.
And another Edgar question: how big could this be? This, winning. It surprised me that this was his first graded stakes win.
Well, look, it's kind of a good thing, bad thing. Good thing, I want all the success in the world for Edgar. But now, when I call his agent, he's not going to be available a lot of the times. So that nice. Edgar is a good rider. Last year at Indiana Grand, which is what it was called then, I asked him to come to the fairgrounds. They stayed up here at Turfway. It didn't really go well for them during the winter. When I got back, I was more than happy to use him again. He's a young rider. He's got a huge future.
First down, he's like the opposite. You pull left, you go right, you go.
Yeah, well, that's why we had the Houghton bit on him, the cage.
But today he settled nice.
I like the race.
He made a nice one. Even in the straight though, I thought I was going to go by.
And then he got green.
He got looking at the grandstand,
Right, yeah.
That was a good race.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, Ben?
All right, again. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Kenny, a lot to build on there.
These races from sprinters to routers, both horses ran good. I had an idea that maybe those two, top sprinter, the fast horses, the Gervin Colt and then Steve's on the outside, but they kind of gotten a little bit of a tit for tat, and it sets it up for everybody else. But yeah, both of them ran good. The Colt that ran second was green. It was all over. In the first turn, he was confused, and in the second turn, headed the lane at the 16th, it jumps off his lead or it wins probably. Yeah. Good race.
And you've got between these two, and you got B minor, right? The other one from yesterday. Is that the?
Yeah, and Frosted Departure that won yesterday. The third race. He'll go in the Futurity for sure.
Frosted Departure.
Hone will likely come back in the Breeders' Futurity as well.
Okay. And Hay Strike?
I don't know. We'll see. I want to watch a race again, but he didn't have the greatest trip either. But